Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the Nostalgia Factor. This guy's going to be a brief vlog collection video I wanted to do with you all. So if you guys followed the channel, you'll know within the past few months I did a full Final Fantasy VII collection tour. I'm a huge retro gamer. Final Fantasy VII is my favorite game of all time, and I've been assembling a collection surrounding it for, I'd say, going on probably 2 years now, or at least a year or so. But in that video, I showed off the entire collection I had up until that point, because I'm not going to go back through the entire collection. So if you want to see any of the other items I have in it, you guys can go and check out that video. But I told you guys that once I accumulated more merchandise for my collection, I would do some follow-up videos, show you guys some of the other merchandise that I've accumulated. So I figured I would show you guys some of the newest additions to my collection. Most of it is Final Fantasy VII related, but there are a few odds and ends from Star Ocean Second Story and Final Fantasy VI that I want to show you guys as well. So, without any further ado, let me show you guys the newest additions to my retro merchandise collection. So guys, the first thing I wanted to show you here was this really cool art slab that I got for Star Ocean the Second Story R. This is from the Square Enix Cafe, not Star Ocean. It came from the Square Enix Cafe in Tokyo, and I saw that this was listed online whenever Square Enix was coming out with more stuff for the Star Ocean series. You guys can kind of see the branding and logo back there. But I picked this up. This was something that they had on sale in Tokyo, so figured I'd pick it up. It's a really cool artistic piece, some original artwork for Star Ocean Second Story Remake, and it's just a really cool little display piece to have. So, pretty cool little addition here to the collection. You can probably pick these up on eBay if you're interested. The Square Enix Cafe isn't selling these anymore to my knowledge, but if you're a Star Ocean fan or you really enjoyed this game, definitely looking to picking this one up. It's a cool little shelf piece. Next thing we have here is one of the cooler pieces I've gotten in the collection, and this is an old Final Fantasy VII Aerith plush from 1997 or 1998. It's from a company called Presto, who has worked on a few things of Final Fantasy VII merchandise in the past. But in the late 90s when 7 came out, they came out with a line of mini plushes, so this one's vintage. It's still in incredible shape. I picked this one off of eBay, and these things are pretty rare and expensive. I didn't even know these existed from Presto until I actually started researching Final Fantasy VII merchandise for the collection. Not really a huge plush guy, but I do make exceptions for games that I love, and 7 in this case, well, since it's my favorite, this shouldn't really be a surprise. But the detail on this is pretty cool. You got Aerith's staff, you have the trademark white materia in her hair, her original outfit from Final Fantasy VII. There's just a lot of cool detail in here. It's not a huge plush or anything like that, it's fairly small. Honestly, I wasn't sure what size it was anyway when I bought it. But this is still an incredibly cool piece, and definitely a rare piece of Final Fantasy VII merchandise. So, once again, if you're interested in checking out these lines of plushes, especially older ones from 7, give it a check on eBay specifically, because that's really the only place you're going to be able to find them. I'm not going to take these ones off to show you guys in depth, but these are some Final Fantasy VI keychains that I picked up once again off of eBay. Each of these are ones that released back in Japan back in the late 90s. Final Fantasy VI came out in 1994, and there isn't a ton of merchandise surrounding the game, but there are a few odds and ends pieces like these keychains that came out, I believe, in vending machines or dispensers in Japan. But they're pretty cool. They're very detailed. There's 2 different lines of these keychains, some bigger and smaller variants. The ones I currently have are Shadow, Gal, Strago, Sabin, Edgar, Celeste, and Terra's Esper form. They're pretty cool. Decided to hang them up here since keychains aren't exactly the easiest thing to display in the world, so kind of worked out a compromise to kind of have them out and about in the room. But this is a pretty cool little pickup. Once again, if you're looking to get these for yourself, definitely check out on eBay or some other sites, because Amazon does not have really any of the stuff that I've been getting from my collection. But if you're a big Final Fantasy VI fan and you didn't even know these existed, definitely looking at picking these up. They're pretty cool. Some of the more unique items in my collection that I've gotten are these potion cans from Final Fantasy VII. And what you guys are thinking right off the bat, these were old soda cans that were released by Square Enix as a promotion for the Final Fantasy VII franchise. These ones specifically aren't exactly... They're in commemoration of the 10th anniversary of the series, so that was back in 2007 these came out. But each of these cans, not only do they have the original cardboard cases they came in, but the cans are in good shape. Some of these have the minifigures that came with them, and the artwork artwork on each one of them depicts something from the Final Fantasy VII series, whether it be Cloud from the original game, you have the Turks from the mobile phone port. I can't recall which one it is, but yeah, there was a mobile game surrounding the Turks. This is from Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII. The first game canonically in the series was Zack, which is pretty cool, and that one's from Advent Children, the movie that takes place after the original game, with Kadaj and the other Sephiroth remnants and clones. These are pretty cool pickups. Once again, as with pretty much everything I'm showing you guys in this video, all came off of eBay, but in incredibly good shape. Most of them have the figures. They're not damaged really in any way possible. And to be able to find this type of merchandise nowadays that will never be made again is pretty cool to find. Some definitely unique pieces I didn't even know existed. So, some pretty cool additions to the collection. The second to last major thing I want to show you guys for this video is this Tifa Lockhart figure from Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. This is the, I think, third or fourth Advent Children figure that I currently have in the collection. But this is Tifa's design from the original game. This doesn't have the extra pieces to it, and the box is slightly beat up, as you can see here. But because of that, I was able to get a good deal for it on eBay without paying the astronomical prices that it's listed for. We're talking like $100+ for some listings. This one, I did not pay anywhere close to that. But still a pretty cool addition to the collection. Don't really care too much about missing the hands or anything. I like to keep this kind of stuff in box, but still pretty cool. Something to look out for if you're a Final Fantasy VII fan. Now this here is the most modern Final Fantasy VII piece of merchandise that I have. This is a promotional poster from the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth convention they had a few months ago. Once again promoting the game, showing us some other gameplay, I believe in New York. And after the convention was over, this poster that I have here was only given to people who attended the convention. Of course, some people started to resell them online, and I was able to pick this one up for an extremely cheap price. But this is one of the promotional posters they gave away to attendees of that convention, and what makes this one cool, if you flip it around, despite the fact it's rolled up, you guys can see here they have a showcase of pretty much all the characters from Final Fantasy VII. Cloud, Tifa, Barret, you got Yuffie there, you got Red 13. It's nothing super crazy at the end of the day, but it is still cool to have a slightly rare promotional poster that was only given to attendees of the convention, something I intend to get framed one day. But this is still a pretty cool piece to have. And that's it for this edition of the collection, guys. Like I said, not really a ton of pieces as of right now. I'll get more in as time goes on, and maybe in a few months or so do another follow-up video, depending on how much stuff I have in that time period, which I intend to keep growing anyway. But those are just some of the pieces that I have. Wanted to update you guys on in a vlog fashion here. Some pretty cool pieces of merchandise, I have to say, and some rare stuff I'm glad to have in the collection, considering how much I love the games that these are from. Next stage for it, probably to keep getting Final Fantasy VII stuff, and hopefully some Chrono Trigger stuff, because that's my second favorite game, so hopefully some more additions from that game in the future, despite how little merchandise there really is. But nonetheless, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys thought about the merchandise that you saw in there today. Let me know if you guys have any cool collectibles or collections, not just from Final Fantasy, but really anything for that matter, if you're into that kind of thing. Let me know your thoughts on the video in the comments section down below. Like it if you did enjoy it, and subscribe to the channel if you guys want to keep up with future content, with reviews, vlogs, gaming updates, collaborations, and all the other fun stuff we do. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching, and until next time, I'll see you guys in the next one.